Hello students, today we start with one new article, that is motion of charged particle in constant uniform magnetic field. In the last lecture, we have studied the motion of charged particle in constant uniform electric field. Now, the next article will be motion of charged particle in constant uniform magnetic field B bar. The graphical situation is shown in this present diagram. It is the magnetic field is applied along negative z direction, electric field is applied along positive x direction. But actually, if you see this diagram carefully, the motion of that particle is shown along the vertical direction y, and it traces out the circle you can see here. Hence, one can see that the trajectory followed by the charged particle in constant uniform magnetic field B bar is a cyclotron motion. It will be clear from this diagram. Now we will see one by one. It is a constant magnetic field B bar is given by the vector potential A bar. Vector potential A bar. It is expressed by vector B bar equal to del cross A bar, or you can say curl of A bar. It is our equation number 1. Now, the intensity of field is same at all points for uniform magnetic field. When one can call it as a uniform magnetic field, the intensity of field is same at all points is known as uniform magnetic field. Is known as uniform magnetic field. Here we have to define the specific charge of an particle. The specific charge of a particle is the ratio of its charge q to the mass m, as q by m. This particle having specific charge q by m enters a constant magnetic field, enters into constant magnetic field B bar, which is applied along the negative z direction as shown in the present diagram. With this experimental situation, let us move further. Let the initial conditions for the particle entering into this uniform magnetic field is: at time t is equal to 0, x equal to y equal to 0. Means initially when time t equal to 0, both distances travelling by that particle in 2D is equal to 0, and the velocity Vx equal to V naught, that is equal to constant, and Vy equal to 0. The velocity along x direction equal to V naught and velocity along y direction equal to Vy equal to 0. Therefore, the particle experiences a magnetic force. The particle experiences the magnetic force. It is given by Fm bar equal to q upon q times V bar cross B bar, expressed by equation 2. This force is known as magnetic force and given by the expression Fm bar is equal to q times V bar cross B bar, equation number 2. Under the action of this magnetic force Fm bar, the particle moves in a direction which is perpendicular to B bar and V bar in xy plane with velocity V bar equal to I cap Vx plus J cap Vy at any time t. I have already explained you in the diagram that particle performs the motion in xy plane with velocity component vx along x direction and vy along y direction, and it is given in this equation as v bar equal to I cap vx plus j cap vy at any time t. It's equation number 3. Now we have to write equation of motion. Now the basic formula for equation of motion as mass into acceleration. In this situation, Fm bar, that is the electrostatic force, equal to m times dv bar by dt, that is the time derivative of velocity, is equal to acceleration. Hence this Fm bar is equal to m times dv bar by dt. It is compared in the present situation as the force is expressed in this equation 2, and therefore it is replaced by F bar equal to, F bar equal to m times dv bar by dt equal to q times v bar crossed b bar, and therefore omega bar equal to qb upon m. It is our equation number 4. Since in equation 4 to the RHS v bar cross b bar, this curl is there. Now we have to define this curl as v bar cross b bar, cross product of two vectors, one is velocity vector, another is magnetic field vector. In determinant form, it is expressed as this determinant. The first row of determinant will be unit vectors I cap, j cap, k cap. The second row of the determinant is of velocity vector components as vx, vy and 0, which is expressed in equation number 3. And the third row of the determinant is of magnetic field vector components, that is 0, 0 minus b. Why 0, 0? Magnetic field vector along x direction is 0, magnetic b vector component along y direction is 0, and it is component having negative z direction as minus b, and that is why the third row of the determinant is 0, 0 minus b. Once we are expressing here the determinant of v bar cross b bar equal to determinant I cap, j cap, k cap, vx, vy 0 and 0, 0 minus b, we have to simplify this determinant as in usual way. How it is? It is expressed here I cap into minus vyb minus j cap into minus vxb equal to I cap dvx by dt plus j cap dvy by dt equal to qb upon m times minus ivy plus jvx. It is equation number 5. Now, while writing this equation, b bar equal to minus k cap b, as you know well, when we have to represent any vector with its unit vector, then there is a removal of vector sign on itself, and therefore b bar can be written as minus k cap b. By treating x and y components separately from above equation, we can write this equation as, or component comparison as, dvx by dt equal to minus omega vy, dvy by dt plus equal to plus omega vx. These are our equations number 5 and 6 on comparing x and y components separately. So that to solve these differential equations 5 and 6, multiply equation 6 by an imaginary unit I equal to square root of minus 1 and add it to equation number 5. In order to solve these two differential equations 5 and 6, Multiply equation 6 by imaginary unit and add it to equation number 5. As you know well, I square equal to minus 1, and therefore this simplification is here. D by dt of Vx plus I Vy equal to minus omega Vy dot plus I omega Vx. It is equal to I omega into Vx plus I Vy. Therefore, this bracket is substituted by velocity V. It is V equal to Vx plus I Vy. And then above equation become dV by dt equal to I omega V. We use here variable separable form. We use here from differential equations as variable separation form. According to that, the above equation changes to dV upon V is equal to I omega times dt. It is equation number 8. Once we have this equation number 8 as dV upon V equal to I omega dt, integrating this equation 8 within limits for velocity vector as V0 to V. Within limits for velocity as V0 to V and within limits for time as 0 to t. Then we have means in all integrating equation 8 within limits V0 to V for LHS and limits 0 to t for RHS. How it will become? It will like this. It is shown here. Integration from V0 to V dV upon V equal to integration from 0 to t I omega dt. It will take the form, it is again log of V upon V0 equal to I omega t. Hence, it will take the form V equal to V0 e raised to I omega t, equation number 9. Now, using equation 3 in equation 1 we have. Using equation number 3 in equation 9 we have. In equation 3 we have expressed as the value of velocity V. It is given by Vx plus I Vy is equal to cos omega t plus I times sin omega t. It is equal to u times cos omega t plus I times sin omega t. Means the combination of equation 3 and 9 will take the form Vx plus I Vy is equal to V0 into cos omega t plus I sin omega t. It is equation number 10. It is equation number 10. Once we have equation number 10, compare real and imaginary parts of LHS and RHS of this equation number 10. It will take the form as Vx equal to V0 cos omega t and Vy equal to V0 sin omega t. It is equations 11 and 12. How those two equations are produced? By comparing real and imaginary parts of equation 10 as Vx equal to V0 cos omega t 11 and Vy equal to V0 sin omega t 12. Once we have these two equations, squaring and adding these two equations we get the following form. By squaring and adding, then we have V equal to square root of Vx square plus Vy square equal to square root of V0 square equal to V0, which is equal to constant. This constant we are expressed in the initial conditions as initial velocity of the particle which enters into the magnetic field is constant. It is expressly here. Now, the particle moves with a constant speed equal to initial value. The particle moves with a constant speed equal to the initial value. What do you mean by this statement? The magnetic field does no work on the particle. It is its interpretation or its physical significance. the particle moves with a constant speed equal to initial value, its physical significance is the magnetic field does no work on the particle. After this, Vx equal to dx upon dt equal to V cos omega t. It is our equation number 13 using equation number 11. By integrating this equation number 13 within limits 0 to x dx equal to integration from 0 to t V naught cos omega t dt. To the RHS, this V naught is coming there. Now the distance according to the basic formula, x equal to V naught upon omega sin omega t, and that V naught upon omega is replaced by the constant r. Hence, x equal to r sin omega t. It is equation number 14. Now, what is about y? We will see here. Y is equal to V naught upon omega minus V naught upon omega cos omega t. By above substitution, it becomes y equal to r minus r cos omega t. It is equation number 15. We are treating these equations number 14 and 15 in this way: x square plus y minus r bracket square is equal to r square, equation number 16. This equation 16 represents the trajectory of the particle, which is a circle with radius r and at center 0r, as shown in above figure 1. Thus, the final conclusion is that a charged particle moves in a circular path of radius r with a constant angular velocity omega, and it is given by omega equal to V naught upon r equal to qb by m. Equation 17. Omega is called cyclotron frequency as it forms the working principle of cyclotron, which is a particle accelerator. Here ends the second article, that is motion of charged particle in constant uniform magnetic field B, and the resultant of this is that the trajectory followed by this particle is a circle. Means here the motion of charged particle in case of constant uniform magnetic field is a circular motion. This article ends here. Thank you.